Sorry. Just give me a moment while I switch to multi-stream. There we go. Multi-stream chat open. Just gives it a couple of minutes to load. Hello. Don't worry, we'll get to gaming streams this week as well. Thank you guys for being here today. I'm your host, 5Crystal92 Art, and I do art and games, and let's get started. I got these especially for my vaporwave style pieces. Get these. The tin is a bit. Yeah. One thing you guys gotta know about art supplies is sometimes the art supplies are hard to open. I'm giving you authenticity. Desk isn't very big, so let me adjust the camera while I do this. Move my mouse over behind where my phone is. Do not click on something. Does it say I'm doing art? I hope it does. Sometimes even when I change the label, it tells me I'm doing something else. So let me check. I'm gonna mute my phone audio so that I can see. Yeah, it says I'm doing art. Phew. Okay. I'm gonna share this with other Discords so we can spread the word a bit better. I'm just gonna call this series Draw With Me Chill Art Stream because, you know, I'm doing it on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time, so a lot of these streams are called Draw With Me on YouTube, so why not? Okay, let's just get to coloring and I can add more links later. So I got these pastel-y colored pencils specifically for my vaporwave stuff. I've been getting into like a vaporwave or retrowave art style lately. I don't know why. Just sometimes I feel the urge to draw vaporwave stuff. And I just started school last week, so I was trying to get used to my new schedule before I started streaming again. I joined track and field at my college. I did shot put and discus, so in the event that there is no stream, it's because I'm so tired from practice that I can't stream. Otherwise, I will try to do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays still, even though I technically have practice on Friday. Except for if I'm at a meet, then I don't know when I'll be home. If I do decide to compete, that is. I still don't know if I should. I'm doing shot put and discus, so it's long distance throwing. So I have to use my arm a lot. Don't worry though, I throw with my right hand, not my left hand. So my drawing hand is fine. I've never actually colored with these yet, so this will be my first time testing out these pencils live in real time. You guys get to see it. And then I'm gonna work on cleaning up my office. I don't want to stream that though, because that would seem kind of boring to me. I know some people on YouTube go, clean my stream setup with me or something like that, but I don't know, I think people would get bored of it really fast. So I might take a few days here or there to not stream while I reorganize this room. I want the theme of my office to be Vaporwave themed, so I'm probably gonna get some Vaporwave like posters or something that I can put on the walls or something. Just gonna leave a little bit of shine up here for some reason. It just speaks to me. Okay, so usually I like to have the audience get involved in the coloring process. So if you have any ideas for what you want the sun to be colored or the TV or anything like that, just let me know and I will try to make it happen. Thank you. Hopefully I can be more consistent this time around. Last quarter I was in music class, so it was hard to be consistent with the streams because I would stay behind to do lab. You know, basically work like a dog to make the music. Speaking of which, I did not forget about uploading the music onto YouTube. I've just been trying to work on the thumbnails so that if you follow me on Twitter at all, I posted this like super surreal jellyfish crystal Game Boy thing edit that I did. That was gonna be for the thumbnail for a track I call Gamer in the Zone. The only reason why it took so long is because I wanted to remove an annoying bell sound that was in the background of the song. It didn't take me too long or anything, it's just after my music class I wanted an extended break from having to upload the songs for a while, so I'm going to spend some time to make the thumbnails. Yeah. Thank you. I'm thinking maybe a soft green for this. I know people usually go with like purple or blue, but for the grid, but I just feel green right now for some reason. I'm feeling it. And you can add some purple in there too. Why not? First I gotta get this. And yeah, I cut my hair because I had to do it for shot put. Because I have to rest the ball on my neck. And so my neck has to be visible, and I didn't want to have to... I tried to put my hair in a ponytail, but because we practice in the rain sometimes, the ponytail just came loose and it just wasn't very effective. So I was gonna get it professionally done, but they were gonna close, and I didn't feel like waiting that long, so I cut my own hair. I've done it before, so wasn't too hard. I just took the scissors, put it in a ponytail, and snipped. This is what's called an A-line cut, so front, long in the front, and short in the back. I've been using this as my basic haircut for years, but usually I like to spike it up on the edges because I want to go for that rocker / skater aesthetic, punk aesthetic, without having to chop off all my hair. So that's what I usually do. I usually like to spike it up on the edges like this. And since I do skateboard, this is actually going to help with my skating too, because now I don't have to worry about the hair in front of my face if I go skateboarding. Which is good, because I don't... Okay, I have it on multi-stream, so it shows me the icons of where you guys are talking from, whether it be from Twitch or YouTube. Maybe one day I'll have enough courage to share the stream on my Facebook, but at the moment there's no Facebook creative, sadly. There should be, but there isn't. Apparently Facebook think art streamers don't exist. So have you been doing lately? You been doing good? I've been doing decent. I'm trying to stay more active, but sometimes in order to do the sketching, I have to kind of disappear for a while and then come back. It just makes me a bit more comfortable. I remember in the past, I used to stay up the day before just working on the sketch so I could post it in the morning, but if I go away for 3 to 4 days, it gives me time to take my time with the sketch and really make sure that the sketch is as good as possible. Yeah, thank you, Dirt. These are my new pastel colors. I got them on Amazon for like $17 or something. And I mostly got them because I was like looking up, because I know that there are specific colored pencils that have specific palettes, like the Galaxy palette and whatever, and I was like, it got me randomly thinking, is there a Vaporwave palette? And these came up. So they're like pastel-y colors, and I kind of like them so far. That way I don't have to spend, these are like all the bright colors in the colored pencil box, basically. This might actually save me some time, because usually to get my vibrant colors that people like so much, I have to sit in front of my desk for 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours, blending everything in, layering it on top of each other. But with this, I could probably take the fraction of the blending time away, so I can actually do other stuff. So, just to let you guys know, for the people who enjoy watching me do the wreaths, the Dollar Tree wreath, I got some more flowers for the Valentine's Day one. I kind of like the aesthetic of a bouquet as a like fake flowers bouquet as like a decoration. Maybe I'll go back for some more flowers just to put in a pot or something. But I'm gonna make the wreath. I got everything. I got the clips and everything like that. Now, what I'm gonna do with it afterwards, just after Valentine's Day, I might just well, obviously, if I make more than one, I'll keep one, and then I'll give the other one to someone else in my family or friends or whatever, if they want to. And if they insist on buying it from me, since it only costed me, usually it costs me only like $20 to make the wreath, so I would say 10, 5 or $10 for a wreath, I guess. I wish I could sell it on Redbubble or something, but they don't have wreath forms yet. That'd be kind of cool. Customize your own wreath. I like it because they're easy to make, and I like this one especially because there's no annoying ornaments for me to worry about. I like adding the ornaments to it, but sometimes it takes forever to glue the ornaments onto the wreath because they're usually made of foam. So yeah, I've been fine. I haven't really been drawing the past week because I didn't have a good first week at school, sadly. Hopefully next week will be better. It wasn't like overall terrible, it's just some stuff that happened that I'd rather not discuss on stream. If you want more detail and stuff, ask me on Discord, I guess, and I'll tell you. Yeah. It's just that I'm getting tired of, like, I don't know, guessing what people want from me. Sometimes I get told that I'm either too honest or not open enough, so maybe when everything's cooled down, at least for me, cooled down for me. For the other people, they probably already forgot about it or just don't. I'm a very emotional person. It takes me like 2 or 3 weeks to get over something sometimes. And even then, it might take me years. Like, I'm literally just getting over stuff that happened 7 years ago. I think it has something to do with my autistic brain. wanting to process fully what happened, you know? Yeah. So, Nick and I are a little behind on the, exporting onto YouTube. Because, sometimes if it's a longer stream, it might take a while, and the Kina stream was like 4 hours long, so it might take a while. And then Nick said there was something going on with the Rocket League stream. So, the Rocket League stream will be up soon, hopefully. And because I think we're just about overdue for another Rocket League video again. I like to do them every, like, buy or try weekly. I'm not as consistent with streaming Rocket League as every other Rocket League content creator, but I do stream the game quite frequently. I'm just a little hesitant because I don't know if you know this or if you keep up with it, but basically there's this bot called Nexto that has invaded Rocket League. Rocket League has been pretty good about its security up until now. And basically anybody can pose as a regular player and on ranked and rank up that way, and it's Nexto is nearly impossible to beat. So I don't know if I've ever played against it before or not. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Especially since I'm not a coder. But Rocket League's already hard to play with all the Smurfs around. Smurfs being people who pretend to be a lower rank so they can bully the lower ranks. And since I've been stuck in gold since forever, I get taunted a lot. But hopefully that will change in a year or two. It'd be nice to be in plat or diamond in a couple of years. But I gotta really train. I just play the game for fun though, not for ranking up. Otherwise, I probably would have ranked up a bit more sooner. It's been raining, so I haven't gotten a chance to really skate, which I don't know if you know this about me, guys, but I get major, like, almost terrible cabin fever. Like, sometimes I just, for no reason at all, I'll be fine sitting and watching TV, and then I'll have this burning urge to go outside, even when I probably shouldn't. Like, even if it's, like, snowing or raining or something, I just gotta go, or I get really, like, grumpy. So I haven't been able to skate. I've been trying to convince people to take me to a indoor skate park, but a lot of the indoor skate parks by me aren't actually by me, so I have to put up with either skating in the house, which I know wouldn't be allowed to do, or finding a random parking garage, I guess, and hope that I don't get kicked out. I'll figure it out, you know. I've only been skating 2 out of the 3 years I've been living here, so my experience with where to go during a rainy day here is very limited. But yeah, I had this idea to do a Vaporwave tea. Originally I wanted to do like add a static effect, but I think I'll just edit that in post. Because static is kind of hard to draw traditionally. So, I know what you're thinking. It's probably just white and black dots over and over and over again. Pointillism is not as easy as it looks. I'm just trying to think for a second. I'm kind of going to keep markers out of this because even though this paper blends pretty well, I have a feeling that last time made me nervous about marker. I don't know what happened. Like, I'm usually pretty good with marker, but for some reason I've gotten a little rusty about orange. Okay. Good call, Dork. That looks nice. All I gotta say, guys, even to the big macho guys who watch me who don't like animated films but just like watching art and stuff, I don't know how you can be an art fan and not love animation, but go and see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I mean, I am a first movie apologist when it comes to the Puss in Boots movie. I thought it was really spectacular, but for some reason everybody just sort of remembers it as meh. But I rewatched it recently and I just kept thinking, usually I feel the same as everyone else who watches an animated film and tries to watch a celebrity do a voice cast. I go, there are people who get paid to do this and who are excellent. But I kept thinking is Antonio Banderas is actually a really good voice actor. Like, I'm not kidding, and I'm not just because of his, charismatic presence, but just like, it's not easy to direct voice acting because unlike regular acting where there's a camera and you can see what they're doing, you can't always see it. That's why one of my favorite things to do after seeing an animated film is watching the B-reels or the A-reels where you're watching the characters do the performance, but watching the actual footage of them doing the voice acting. I like watching that. Because, like, you can see all the different takes that they did. And a lot of them are the same line taken into different vocal tone context. Which I kind of love. Don't even get me started on the other character, who I won't say who if you haven't seen the movie, but he was terrifying. Like, yeah, just an all-around good animated movie, and I'm glad that a lot of animation films are kind of, sort of, using the whole Spider-Verse thing and, like, taking it and using it in their own ways. I hope that 2D and 3D mixture like this is the future of animation as a whole, because although I love the 3D realistic that animated films have used for years, particularly in How to Train Your Dragon 2, with the dragon nest scene. If they decided to do a How to Train Your Dragon 4, and they did it in the style of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I wouldn't object. Yeah. Let's just say that. Now, I'm not gonna say watch it over Avatar. In fact, you know what I would do? What I would recommend is do a double feature. Both movies are worth the price of admission in different ways. I'm not gonna say which one is better because that's all due to preference, personally. I'm more of a fan of DreamWorks and supporting animators but I will say Way of Water was actually pretty good. And that Weeknd song at the end, are you kidding me? I love The Weeknd. I'm not picky when it comes to movies, though. Because what I want from a movie is a story that's consistent all the way through, that is at a pretty decent pace, that is consistent with the characters, and a good score, and that gets its point across. So, a lot of the films that I liked this last year were actually indie action films from the same production company, actually. I don't know, but the studio behind John Wick just keeps making fire hit after fire hit. Nobody's probably the only one from them I haven't seen yet, but Violent Night was spectacular, in my opinion. It's like, if you have that one family member that can't sit still during PG holiday movies, and you love David Harbour, watch Violent Night. It's really good. And it's by the same company as Bullet Train, which came out earlier this year, around my birthday, actually. On the same week as my birthday. And it was awesome. And of course it takes place in Japan, so my weeb heart liked that. And there was a cover of Staying Alive in J-pop. And I don't know if it was featured on the soundtrack or not, but if it isn't, that's sad. Because I would want to download that. See what other movies that I liked this last year. This is a controversial opinion. Mostly because I know Taika Waititi's brand of humor. But I thought Love and Thunder was sort of okay. I don't hate it. I will agree that they did not use Christian Bale enough. I will say that. But the scenes with the Bifrost and the sledding scenes, especially the one sequence in the space, and believe it or not, they do handle Jane's cancer storyline really, really well. Well, I will say they probably should have they should have limited the goat screaming to like 2 jokes. They should have just done that joke twice, and then probably people wouldn't have hated it as much, in my opinion. But I will say, trying to do a 10-year-old meme that's no longer funny, it doesn't help. All I kept thinking when I watched some positive and negative reviews towards Love and Thunder on YouTube was, man, these two people are right. Mighty Thor should have had her own movie. And Thor and Jane should have met up in Thor 5. Because it would have been really cool to see Jane in her own movie. Because as far as MCU actors go, Natalie Portman is one of the very few that do not get enough time. Yeah. I loved Multiverse of Madness. I thought Multiverse of Madness was really good and worth the wait. I will say though that I'm a little upset we didn't get to see MCU variant of Mordor. Like, they made it seem like he was gonna be super important in the post-credit scene of the first Doctor Strange movie, but then we didn't see him again. But apparently there's gonna be a deleted scene where Elizabeth Olsen cuts off his head. I'm kind of glad we didn't see that, because that would have been too repetitive in the first movie, because the first movie opens with the librarian's head getting cut off. So I'm glad we didn't see that again. Pearl, what are you chewing on? I did not hate She-Hulk, but I will admit I did cringe at the twerking scene. And I wish we could have gotten a cameo from another Law show instead of Megan Thee Stallion. Like, we should have gotten, like, I know we got one in Daredevil, but Daredevil shouldn't have been the only Law show cameo. It could have gotten Sean and Gus from Psych, or could have gotten, somebody from NCIS. I mean, I know it would have been a pretty deep cut, but I don't know, I just think if you're doing a Law show, there should be Law show cameos. Reese Witherspoon, if they can afford her. I saw her having the frickin' Legally Blonde poster in her room in episode, like, 8 or something. But obviously you guys know how much I loved Moon Knight, and that I want there to be a season 2 so bad, and that the haters have to know that Moon Knight has always been more about him questioning his reality more than it is about him being an action hero. You know? Although, him being an action hero is important too. All I kept thinking was, man, these people complain over nothing. If Moon Knight gets a season 2, then we'll see more of Moon Knight in the next season. For sure. I was like, we only got 15 minutes of him in costume. I much prefer shows that dive into the psychology of a character rather than just mindless violence or mindless action for the sake of action. They gave reasons why the action is happening. Unlike some other Marvel shows where it's just like, ooh, look at this pretty thing that I can do. Don't get me wrong, I love spectacle entertainment too. But I'm glad that out of all the Marvel shows, Moon Knight decided to do some introspection. It's very important for someone with the ID to have introspection. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm honestly not gonna do a review for every movie because I didn't watch every movie. Most of my reviews are obviously gonna be like DreamWorks or Disney, because that's mostly what I saw this year. I loved Bad Guys. I didn't go gaga over it like everyone else did, but I thought it was a pretty decent movie. And my god, the heist soundtrack in that movie, so good. I love heist movies. And I will admit, I did not see the twist come in. I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, so all I gotta say is it really did surprise me. I don't know why, but DreamWorks doesn't do that kind of stuff. Usually the bad guys are right in front of your face with DreamWorks. There's usually not a big twist to their villains. I'm trying to think of a twist villain. I guess Titan from Megamind, but that was sort of Megamind's doing. Hal was just a creep before. He wasn't a bad guy until he got, like, caught up in something. There's like a light tan pencil in this set, Dork. I don't know if there's like full brown, but I do have other pencil sets I can use. I just want to get the lighter colors first. And then of course for this year I want to try to get the portable tripod camera setup so I could do skate vlogs or art vlogs where I would film bits and pieces every day and put it together. I've always wanted to do an art vlog on my YouTube channel where I film me in the process of drawing, or I film me around college campus getting a coffee or something. I know, not super interesting. Or I film me just cruising, skating. I'm more of a flat ground skater / cruiser skater than I am a trick skater, so don't expect any like kick flips or anything. But I've gotten pretty good at steering my board. I'm not perfect still. There's still some times where I don't put my foot in the right place, but I'm getting there. I'm gonna do brown in just a second. I just feel like I need to add some orange highlights on the tee and by the sun too. Super excited because after the stream I'm gonna try to watch The Last of Us with Nick. I feel like I shouldn't watch the show because I haven't played the game yet. I might stream it on my channel after God of War. Though I kind of wanted to go into God of War Ragnarok after God of War, but maybe I'll want a break from Kratos and Atreus after the game. Nick will probably tell me, yes, you might want to take a break because it's a hard, long game, right? And then of course, I'm gonna, just like with every other, buy or try weekly, I'll try to finish up Kina. And then as soon as I'm done with Kino, I'll try to finish up Ghost of Tsushima. So it'll be Ghost of Tsushima and God of War. And I have a feeling I'm pretty close to finishing Kino, right? As soon as I'm like, how many levels away am I, Dork? Next, he'll probably tell me I'm nowhere close to the end. I don't know what took me so long to do Stray. I thought it was going to be a long, difficult game. It was actually super short. So, school got in the way, that's what it was. I started school, so I didn't have time to do a big, long uh, story game. And pencil. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying with Way of Water, yeah, I know it's sort of a meme at this point to hate on Avatar, but the movie is actually pretty good. A lot better than I remember, too. And my god, those, like, bioluminescent, like, dandelion seed things. The seeds of Awa or whatever. I kind of want to draw those, because those look like they might not be that hard to draw. It'd be cool to take some glow-in-the-dark paint and try to draw some of the glow-in-the-dark plants from that movie. And then, as someone who's the youngest in the family, and who has an older sibling, I really identified with Jake's younger son. I won't say why, but I feel like I have felt what he felt. That's all I'm gonna say. So this is the closest to brown that's in the set, Dork. I promised Nick I'd only do one drawing this week, so I decided to make it the Viperwave tee. But, I've been drawing off and on. Sometimes I do what's known as drawing binges, where I will I'll open up Amazon Photos on my Fire Stick, and I'll just stare at the reference image that I'm using on the T screen. The T screen in the living room is pretty big, so I can get a pretty good view of the image that way. Though I should probably start using my Kindle again, because if you leave the screen on for too long with that T, there has been like little light beams that are starting to burn into the screen. So I'm probably just going to use my Kindle from now on. Because I don't want to... It's sad because we kind of had this tea for a while. It's sad when old technology dies. Like for me, I just could not keep an iPod. Which is weird because I managed to keep my Game Boy Advanced in mint condition since I was a kid, but for some reason I just could not keep an iPod because I would leave it in my pant pocket or my short pocket, and then I would put it through the washer machine. On accident, though. Although sometimes the timing was a bit convenient because oftentimes it would be around my birthday or Christmas, where I'd conveniently need to get another iPod. I swear I did not plan it, although a lot of people are probably gonna think I did. It was mostly my bad luck. Then I'll try to participate in an art share next week. I've mostly been avoiding it because, like, some people don't like it when I do it. But I want to show appreciation to my art friends. I feel like one of the reasons why I lost some of them recently is because I don't participate in art shares anymore when they tag me. So I want to make sure I can keep the ones that I have, because I met a lot of them through art shares. I don't know, I thought the green would look cool, but I think it just kind of muddied the colors a little bit. Kind of ironic considering this is supposed to be a light palette. It does look pretty cool in person. I don't know if it looks cool for you guys. But let's continue on with the tea. Actually, maybe I should do blue. I think that'd be better. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it if it's all... so I'm just leaving the some white around the edges to give a shine effect, because geez, back then I have vague memories of my grandma's old antenna tee being in one of the spare rooms, and it would have a bunch of VHS tapes, and I would just go in there and watch Anastasia and Disney movies over and over and over again in that room. I did not add antennas onto this tee because I don't know. Are you still there, Dor? Sorry, my cursor was bothering me. Okay, that's looking a little better. I think pink was the secret color I needed all along. And I'm mixing it in circles to blend in with the colors I already established, so that it all sort of just comes together in a way. I rewatched I rewatched some Sherlock recently, and I purchased the whole series on Amazon Prime because it was the only place where you could get it after it was removed from Netflix. Now it's like on Craggle or something, I think, for free. But I got that before that, including the TV film. Don't know if it was the Christmas special or the Halloween special, but I also got the Abominable Bride as well. Interesting fact about the Abominable Bride: the person who directed that movie or special was the same person that directed Good Omens, so that's cool to know. Thank you. Just glad that you're awake still, so that we can watch the show. You're not watching it without me, are you? You were gone for a long time, Dork. for all I know, you could be watching it and watching the stream. You know, double dipping, so to speak. Hello. How you doing? Good to see you again. Man, I love doing like trippy blending art, but it takes a long time, but I'm having fun. How have you been doing? I've been in school and stuff, so my streaming schedule's been a bit off and on lately. But I have 2 or 3 videos that are being processed right now. So they'll be out soon, hopefully. And as for the art streams, I'll try to get back to my regular, lately I've been sort of doing the gaming or the art stream, But I want to get back to doing all of it because that's what people like. People like the 1 day of art and the 2 days of gaming. I like it too because it puts me in a calm mood so that I'll be ready for rage mode in gaming. It's like, I like being calm so that I can get pissed off the next day. For sure. I don't always get pissed off in games. Sometimes I play a chill game like Atari Flashback. I specifically got Atari Flashback so that I could play Centipede. Centipede's my favorite arcade game of all time. And I'm pretty good at it. Usually when I go to arcades, I usually get the top. I usually get on the top scoreboard within the first 30 minutes. That's dedication. We'll say the last time I went to an arcade, there were 2 Centipede machines, and I was only 3 or 4 best, which just is not good enough in my opinion. I gotta go back and be number 1. But yeah, I started school last week, so I'm taking cartooning, so think like Garfield and like Peanut style stuff. So expect there to be some comic strips or some gag comics coming out. And then, because like one of my assignments was to write a gag cartoon. So basically, I've been writing in my notebook, and I've been writing a bunch of jokes for the one line, because I only get to have 1 sentence. Some I just did for fun, because I knew I probably wouldn't be able to use them in a class. Like, Valentine's Day's coming up in a month, so I might save the Valentine's Day jokes for when it actually happens. But, like, for example, what kind of salespeople come out at night? Nocturnals. I know. It's supposed to be bad. Gag comics are usually pretty, they're pretty, cheesy. I kind of see them as the original, single panel meme. Almost. And of course, comics aren't always used for funny jokes. Sometimes they're also used for political reasons. I hope I don't have to do a political cartoon in my class, because I don't want to. But, yeah, I cut my hair because I'm going to be doing shot put and discus in my track and field class. So if I want to compete, I want to make sure that I don't get hair in the way. Because, like, with shot put, I have to rest the ball on my neck and then I have to throw it. So I can't have my hair in the way like it was before. Discus, my first time with discus went pretty well. I mean, I still can't get to the cone that the coach wants me to get at yet, but I'm getting close. For shot put, I hadn't done it in so long. Last time I was in track and field was in middle school, so I gotta really build back up my arm muscle. Add a little bit of pink in there. I'm using some pastel-y type color for the Viperwave drawings. So they're really light colored. I don't always usually like to get colored pencils that are intentionally a different palette, because normally I like to have the same, all the colors together, so I can just make my own palette. But with this, I was like, I need some Viperwave colors, and I don't want to have to rummage through my big bin next time to get them. Plus, if I'm gonna redraw the Enid and Wednesday window, I have to use bright colors for Enid's side, so the pastel colors will come in handy for that too. I'll probably redraw it this week. It's just a stained glass window, so I've been practicing my geometric shapes lately. I have what's known as concept notebooks, so I don't always do this. Sometimes I sketch directly into the sketchbook, but sometimes when I'm in school and I don't always have time to grab my sketchbook, I'll sketch inside of the notebooks that I'm taking notes in. And most of the time I sketch in the notebook knowing that none of the sketches are going to be perfect, which actually gives me more ideas, because I can let myself have bad anatomy or bad composition, because I'm just like planning out the idea of what I want the character to be doing, you know, basically pose practice and stuff. I know some people put that in their sketchbook, but for me, I want to take my sketchbook to portfolio reviews and cons, and I want to make sure that it's my best work, so stuff like this, rather than like a half-finished drawing of a girl's head floating in the air or something. Sometimes I don't always finish the drawing. So, here, I'll give you some examples of this is my concept notebook, or my cartooning notebook. So this is the notebook I'm going to be using to write notes for my cartooning class, but it's also where I've done a few doodles. And this is my display of my very bad diet. A 7-Up and a Crunch Bar that I did. And then this is Puss in Boots. I was trying to draw him in his cartoony style, but I guess I can't help but draw a realistic looking Puss in Boots. But it still looks pretty good. I didn't want to draw all of him, I just wanted to draw his face, so that's what I did. And don't mind the other page, that's just my cartooning notes. This is Natsu from Fairy Tail. It's one of my favorite animes. It gets kind of a bad rap for being known as like a One Piece clone, but it's nothing like it at all. In fact, the Fairy Tail creator and the One Piece creator actually had the same manga teacher. That's why they have a similar style. Plus, I think Mashima developed his own style later on in the manga. so it's worth a read in my opinion. Of course, if you don't like absurd amount of fan service, I guess it's not for you. But if you like magic and like guilds and like, I don't know. I love shonen anime because it's all about friendship and training and working hard together. I wish I was I wish I was better at working with people. Okay. So this is my character Fire. This is the character that I named my channel after. Like I said, I draw this knowing that the anatomy isn't going to be super perfect. It's just to get the idea down. So in this pose, I wanted her to look super badass and like it looks like she just like beat up somebody. So like there's blood everywhere. And then this is just a concept for a crystal skull. So I drew that. Mostly draw in between my classes because sometimes there'll be a 2 to 3 hour gap between my classes. And I don't always want to go to get my sketchbook out of the... This is what I was talking about, the practice of geometric shapes. This took really long and I'm glad it looks as half as good as it does. I think this is what's known as a mandala or something like that. I don't know. It's cool. Then this is a hummingbird. I actually do have some finished sketchbooks, so maybe I'll film a sketchbook tour soon. I'll try to speed it up though, because sometimes I understand that when people talk slow, it can be kind of hard to stay engaged. So this is the cactus. So I have to make a one-panel gag comic, so don't mind all this stuff. This is just me writing down some really bad jokes to put for the gag assignment, and I have to pitch some of these to my teacher, so I guess I could do a few. Just know that some of these are real stinkers, but he did say that regardless if it's funny or not, get the idea out there. And maybe I'll turn this into an actual cartoon comic thing if people want it to. But so this is the first one's based on a real scenario that happened to me. Me and my mom were eating Dairy Queen, and then we were eating. I was eating a Blizzard, and then she said, "You've got an ice cream goatee," and then I said, "Thanks, I've been growing it out." And I think one of the ones that I like is I've been getting into pot recently, and then I wrote in the script saying holds up pottery, so I promise if I draw it up it's gonna be more funny. It's just like I have to add these little notes to make sure that when the this one's an arc joke for all the artists watching. Color theory, confusing artists since the dawn of time, which is true. A lot of, I don't know if you remember the dress thing that happened a couple, years ago. There was, people were trying to determine if the dress was yellow or blue. It was kind of funny. And then this one, Nick liked this joke, so I'll tell it. Kaleidoscope, the children's toy that makes people trip out without getting high. See, I told you my sense of humor was very out there. And then, some of these I wrote down today, because, that's what took so long for the stream to start, was me and Nick were just riffing on each other, making more and more bad jokes. So Nick's was, what is a cowboy's favorite time of day? And he said high noon. And then The whole point of a gag comic is sometimes there's like something unexpected happens, like I'm getting a little lightheaded and it turns out there's some kid on a merry-go-round or something. Like, it takes in a scenario and like dials it up to 11 sometimes. So one of mine was also, it's getting a little drafty in here. And then I was gonna say, it's because we're out of the ship. Like, there are spacemen out in outer space or something. And then this is another joke that I wrote. What is Earth's awkward age? The Middle Ages. I know. And then... And to spare you from more bad jokes, I'll tell you the one that I wrote down before I started. What kind of sales people are out at night? A nocturnal. So, that one, I don't know. It has to be one sentence, so some of these longer jokes I won't be able to use at all until later, probably. I'll let you guys determine which one was the most cringy. I didn't even tell you the most cringy one. At least to Nick. It was, I am so hot I turned into a volcano. I gotta admit, that one's pretty bad. So I'm not gonna use that one for my class. Now you guys know why I'm an artist and not a stand-up comedian. But I had fun telling you the jokes. I just feel like a lot of them, without the context of the comic, it won't be as funny out of context. Or maybe if I didn't, I don't know. I'll let you guys determine if it's funny or not. You know, humor is subjective, and don't be afraid to be brutal. I need to know these things, because I'm supposed to be funny intentionally in this comic. So, pick your favorite one, or... if you have any notes for me. Or even if you have cartooning experience of your own, I'd love to hear it. Because I think the cartooning unit I'm kind of nervous about is the caricature unit. I've never done a caricature before in my life. I just want to make sure I'm taking my time with this. So this week it's only going to be one drawing, one traditional drawing. I might do an edit or so. I think it depends on how well the graphic edit did on Twitter. Because I'm too, like before, I got really, I'd always get like a rush to share my Pixar edits. But these days I'm getting so nervous that people are gonna think I used AI to make it, when in reality it took me like 2 or 3 months to make. You know? So, like, I made a DBH Dreamcatcher edit, and that took me 2 months to make. Because I layered flowers on top of the Dreamcatcher, and I also layered the DBH logo on top of the Dreamcatcher, and I layered it upon layered it. I still had fun making it, though. I want to figure out how to make it a sticker or something. That's what my next goal is, besides finishing up the custom skateboard finally. I keep putting off that project. because I needed to do more research. So I screen capped every tip that I can find online from an article or something on how to custom paint a skateboard deck, just to make sure I didn't forget. And part of me wonders if I can just do a custom stencil online and then post it onto the deck that way. I don't have a projector, so one of the suggestions in the video was projecting your artwork on top of the board so that you could just paint it. One of her explanations was, you already drew it, so why draw it again? Which is a good point. I did get a paint roller at the Dollar Tree, so that might make it a little bit easier to do the skateboard deck. And then another one I want to try to do is customizing my own Converse or my own Vans. So getting like an all-white Vans and then trying to customize them. I don't know anything about shoe customization. So again, I'll have to do my research. I did watch a few. Like, I watched someone make a Demon Slayer shoes, which were pretty sick looking. I feel like I should commission a custom shoe person to make Viperwave Converse for me. Because I will wear them. I will skate with them. Maybe that's what I could do. I could do like a Viperwave Sun or something, and just like the grid or something like that. Seems like a pretty simple design on paper, but pretty close to finishing up this Viperwave tee. If you guys have any suggestions for the background, don't be shy. If you want it to just be solid white background, I could do that. I usually like to color the background, but this sketchbook has kind of big pages, so I think this would be when I break out the markers to save up time. Because it will take me, it already took me almost 2 hours to blend the all the colors for this. So for gaming, I think this week we can do Rocket League on see, I already did the art stream already today, so mostly because I had the day off. If I didn't have the day off from school, I would have done it on Tuesday. So I guess I could do 2 art streams. I can already hear Nick thinking, no! But I have so much artwork to color. And for people who like my character work, I'm gonna try to do some more fantasy art again. I know I already said that, but sometimes I have to be in the right mood for that kind of thing. And I just haven't felt like doing fantasy art lately. Because usually I kind of bond over fantasy stuff with my sister, and I haven't really hung out with her in a while. That's usually where my inspiration and ideas for my character drawings come from. I asked my sister what I should do. And she's pretty good at, like, she's a pretty good artist herself, too. It's only gonna be for this week, Dork, and then I swear I won't do 2 art streams in a row. 2 art and 2 gaming. I should really start to bring down water instead. Because I'm talking constantly and I'm not really used to talking that much. Usually off camera, I don't really... I mean, I do talk, but not a whole lot. I usually don't talk a lot with people unless I really trust them in real life. And usually at school, I'm pretty quiet. Unless someone is talking to me. I don't know why I'm like that. I get nervous when I don't know people very well, and so I kind of close myself off a little bit if I don't know them fully. I guess that's why. So if you guys just want to lurk or hang out, that's cool. And if you're just popping in to say hi briefly, that's good too. Every view counts. You guys matter. And I mean that. Not just saying that because I'm a streamer and I need the views. I appreciate every single view because to me, that's payment enough. Although if you did want to donate, I do have a tip link down below in the description on the YouTube side of the stream. It will go directly to me if you do decide to donate. But no pressure. Hey Dork, I know a movie that I haven't seen yet that everybody keeps saying that I should watch because it's so good. Even Dad said I should watch it. And Dad doesn't usually pay attention to popular new releases all that much. We should watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't know if Thunder's seen it yet, but we should watch it together if she hasn't seen it yet. It's a multiverse movie. I think, for simplicity's sake, I might just leave the background white for tonight. I might cut out the drawing and edit the background that way, or I can wait until tomorrow to finish up the background. Whichever you want to do, Dort. Sorry that you had to hear all my jokes again. Just had to tell everyone about them. One thing you guys gotta know about blending is sometimes it's rough on the wrist. I have to go in circles like a billion times. I still like doing it though. There's something calming about actually holding the pencil in your hand. I don't mind doing like digital art. Obviously, I did graphic art today. I posted graphic art today, but I just like being able to blend it by hand. Will admit, sometimes I look at GIMP or Photoshop and I go, oh man, it's so much easier. I can just turn down the opacity and just like spread it that way, but this is so much more intimate to me. Like being able to blend it and see the color progress. In case you can't tell, I'm a big color pencil nerd, and I realize not everybody's into color pencils when it comes to medium. Some people just don't have the patience. I barely have the patience, to be honest with you. But what gets me through it is knowing that people will see this at the end of the stream and they will appreciate the hard work. Especially those who got to stay during the stream and watch. I am going to try to do an early stream schedule. I tried before waking up early, but since I have to wake up early for school anyway, like at 9 a.m. my class starts, so I'm starting to get used to the idea of waking up earlier. So I should be able to do early morning streams. I think it might fit the vibe of this better than the late night and chill thing. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide what you guys like. You guys like the late night and chill? I think Latrician said that she prefers it when I stream early so she can actually watch it. The problem with that is, not that I don't want to stream early, it's that I am one of those people that sleep until 2 p.m. So I'm still not used to it. And one of the reasons why I sleep until 2 p.m. is usually because I'm up all night sketching out the line art of the artwork. Or I'm just watching too much YouTube. One of those two. Sometimes they're the same. Alright, let's try to use the black Sharpie, or no, not that black Sharpie. Let me see. Yeah, I like to use this black pen. Let's use this red pen to go over the lines a bit so that we can make them pop a bit more. Just enough so that it has a 3D effect. And for the Deck Art Games people, don't worry, I'm gonna start making some Deck Art Games art. I haven't really been watching the streams lately because of school, but if there is ever a moment to arise to make some fan art, if we're in the same server, you can send me screen caps of Brian and Amelia and I'll try to redraw them. Because I want to do some screen cap challenges. Screen cap challenges is where you take a screenshot and you try to draw exactly what you see, but in your style, or basically it's like fan art where you show the screenshot with the fan art, sort of. I don't know if I'm explaining this right. sort of like how I draw Crowley from Good Omens and I show the picture that inspired it from David Tennant's expression or something. Basically. Honestly, I've been an artist for so long, I can't believe I've never done a screen cap challenge. I've been drawing for 16 years online for this moment. Gosh, I feel old. 16 years. I was 13 when I started out. Still feels like yesterday though. Just gonna add a little shadow here. Don't worry, Dork, I'm finishing up. That's what this is all about. I'm just making sure that people can see the lines clearly. I usually don't advocate for cartoon live action adaptations, but there is a particular cartoon that I think would fit the live action aesthetic, mostly because I want to see a old fashioned samurai in a futuristic setting, but I want there to be a live action Samurai Jack movie so bad. Maybe they can get the guy who played Shang-Chi to play Jack. That'd be cool. I don't know who they would play. I don't know who they would get to play Aku, but I'd be all for a Samurai Jack movie. I know it technically has a movie. Technically the first episode was premiered as a movie. But you know what I mean. And here it is. The moment you've all been waiting for. The big reveal. Looks pretty good. I will say though that needs to be more shadow up here. And there you have it, the microwave TV. Oh. I think it turned out pretty cool. I'll probably finish the rest of it tomorrow, because I promised Nick that I'd only do one drawing and then I'd finish up quick. And it took me about 2 hours to finish this part, but it's not too bad. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for following me on social media such as Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. Until we meet again, which is going to be tomorrow. I hope you pray and inspire, and the love for what you do never retires. Until then, just to let you guys know that these 2 art streams are not permanent. That's only going to be for this week's, or when I have a day off of school, I might do an extra art stream. But for the most part, it will be 1 day of art and 2 days of gaming. So do not worry, there will be a game stream this week. Most likely Rocket League and Nick expressed interest in playing Jackbox again, so we might play Jackbox. I might have to clear off some games off my system because I tried to install a game on my PlayStation the other day and it did not work. Which is weird because Nick gave me a hard drive for my birthday, so either it got unplugged somehow or it's just not working. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Till then, hope you can inspire the love for what you do never retires. I will try to clip this stream. I know I clipped one moment in Kina, just as a test. I might go back into my Rocket League stream and Fall Guys stream and try to clip some stuff. So don't be surprised if you see a bunch of clips tomorrow. Right. See ya. I also might do Detroit. I'll see. I said I was going to do that last week, but I ended up doing Fall Guys, but it's fine. I'll figure it out. Okay. Bye. Hold on. I'm going to end the stream. I just need